We did not buy this Weller 12 at secondary prices, but we are going to review it.
With Secondary Dave.
Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey. I'm Metahuman Dave.
And I'm 2019 Mike.
With that being said, Happy New Year!
Hope you guys had a good one last night.
Hopefully you guys had a great holiday season as well and got some really cool gifts like this one. Check out this custom painted portrait that my beautiful wife Lisette, aka Wonder Woman, drew up. You guys might recognize that picture as my default picture on social media. That's what she used. So thank you on that one.
Recognize those guns.
She got the details of the Odin on my arm too.
Look at that. That's good, man. That's good.
So we are reviewing Weller 12. Quite possibly the most overrated whiskey that ever existed.
I keep hearing it. I want to know if it really is. Like, what is the hype?
Alright, Mike, I will tell you this.
Okay.
The retail on Weller 12 is approximately $30. Okay? Approximately. That's what makes this a great whiskey.
That's a good price for 12 years.
At $30, great price.
Uh-huh.
Problem was, too many people started saying that it was just the poor man's version of Pappy Van Winkle.
Okay, which I haven't had either.
We probably will never have it.
Okay.
So what happened is, and this is one of those products that sat on the shelves for years collecting dust. Nobody drank it. It was bottom shelf swill for the longest time.
Really?
Until a few bloggers started writing about the fact that it is basically the same stuff as Pappy Van Winkle. So buyer frenzy went out. If you're in the investor world, you know the term FOMO.
Nope.
Fear of missing out. That's basically what's going on. People are like sharks in a feeding frenzy right now,
Okay.
wanting to buy this stuff, and they're willing to pay upwards of $200 to $300 a bottle for a $30 whiskey.
That's insanity.
That is that is the definition of insanity. That's crazy. We're gonna review it.
$300. Well, that's probably like a 25-year whiskey, right? You got to go up there. You got to go up there a couple decades to get $300 whiskey.
This is supposed to be $30, and
Yeah.
we'll find out in a few moments that, without even getting into it too much, $30 it probably is a buy.
Okay.
So on the nose, oh, by the way, Mike, this is a wheated whiskey. So being that it's wheated, it's going to be a little more mild.
Really?
On the nose and on the flavor, you might get a little more sweetness out of it rather than, because there's no rye in this one.
Damn, okay.
It is a number 4 char, which is why you're getting a lot of dark coloring, and it is aged 12 years, hence the 12 of Weller 12.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that is burn.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Really? You're getting burned at 45%? It's only 45%. This is 90 proof.
I smell crayon. I smell alcohol when I whiff into it. I'm not getting sweet. I thought it was going to be a rye when I took a whiff of it.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a rye.
Interesting.
And then you threw it out there, and I'm like, wow, I haven't learned a damn thing in 7 months.
This is our first wheated whiskey together.
But taste-wise, yeah, it's just warmth right off the bat. Warmth, I can feel it running right down my chest here.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's just very
mild and thin. Even though it's 12 years old, it comes across to me as young. Like if it didn't have an age statement, I would have thought this is a cheap, young whiskey. But it's not horrible, right?
No.
It's absolutely horrible if you pay $200 to $300 though.
If you paid $200 to $300 for this, yeah, you'd be on a rampage.
But at a $30 bottle, it's a decent whiskey that you would probably be making things like old fashions with, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's a decent sipper. It's probably, I'll say this, I bought these at retail, okay? I got these at really fair local shops that were willing to pay, charge me retail on these. I was stoked to get them. I got 2 bottles of it from 2 different locations, and I was stoked because of the hype train. And when I broke it open, I didn't like it. Initially, I didn't like it at all. I thought it had a little bit of dustiness type of taste to it, and it still felt thin. So I was like, maybe at that time, I still didn't like bourbons that much.
Okay.
So I thought maybe that was the case. So this has been sitting around for maybe 4 months opened, and I'm still saying it's a thin whiskey. I won't say that I hate it, but I'm going to say I probably wouldn't buy it, even at the retail, for my palate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that warmth, almost like a fireballish. You know, the cinnamon infused drinks that give you that burning that right off the bat. That's what it kind of reminds me of. There's nothing real wow about it. There's nothing
Exactly.
real bad. There's nothing real bad about it. Like you said, it is thin. Comes and goes.
It comes and goes quick.
But the warmth just fills me right here.
It's I'm not getting any of the burn he's talking about at all. I don't get any burn. I just don't get a whole lot of, like he mentioned, wow. It does not wow me.
No.
And you know, that's why at $30 it's probably a decent buy for some people.
It might be the best mixing whiskey you're gonna get. It just might be.
Give a score and I'll move on.
Yeah, let's take some drops. I'm gonna throw a mid range there. Let's get it right under that 5 mark. Let's go 4.8, 4.9. Right under.
We're actually really, really close. I'm being just a little nicer. 5.1.
Okay.
So we're actually pretty close on that one. So Mike, off camera, I got one of my biggest wish list items this year from Angel Share Glass. Look at this bad boy, man. That is a beautiful work of art. This is the Angel Share Dropper, so I don't have to use that generic glass straw that we've been
Wow, look
using.
at this thing,
No
man.
one's going to accuse us of being crackheads with that glass straw anymore.
I don't know. That looks like a really nice pipe, man.
It's beautiful. It's got the pot still on top. Oh man. Thank you again to my beautiful wife, Lisette, aka Wonder Woman, for this wonderful gift.
Wow, dude, that's pretty awesome.
So, I've actually never tried it, so hopefully I don't make a fool of myself trying this thing. But, you know, it's a beautiful piece of art, man. That is a nice piece of glass. As we let the water mingle into this, Mike, the reason why it's getting confused with Pappy or even Rip Van Winkle, because there's two different Rip Van Winkles, the 10-year-old Lot B and then the 12-year-old Rip Van Winkle. After you go there, you go to Pappy Van Winkle, which is your 15, your 20, 23. It's the same mash bill, same warehouse, same everything.
Okay.
The difference is Julian Weller will actually go out there and hand select the barrels that they feel are good enough to go into the Van Winkle lineup. Nothing is changed in the product. It may be that, hey, this row, that level, it aged in a way that I feel it's good enough to be called Pappy Van Winkle.
Okay.
The rest go to Lot B, and then the rest go to Weller.
So this is the leftover of the leftovers.
Basically.
Gotcha.
So
That's not such a bad deal, though.
in theory, it is the same stuff, but it just didn't meet the criteria
Alright.
to go on to becoming the elusive Pappy Van Winkle.
So that was the stuff that was left behind. I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. With a couple of drops of water, it brought out a lot of sweetness on the nose. Really caramelly, malty type smells for me.
Okay.
Like very dessert-like. Again, that dessert whiskey, it brought it out to me. And tasting it, that water just killed that burn. It's now very enjoyable.
Okay, I thought you were going to say it killed the flavor.
No.
Because I don't get the nose. He talked about the nose changing a lot with the water. I don't get a lot of change on the nose, but I did notice a substantial change in the flavor.
Okay.
They smell identical because I have that new Angel Share dropper that lets me put the right amount of water.
I don't know. To me, it smells very sweet now. Very sweet. But flavor-wise, it's much more enjoyable now. Now it's just whiskey. None of that heat that runs down the chest. It's nice. I can see why people would like this for, I don't know, probably $60 now.
Okay.
With water.
I'm shocked at how much more enjoyable it is with that 1 or 2 drops of water.
Night and day.
The water really brought out some nice flavors. Would I pay $60? No. I would definitely pay $40 for it now that I've tried it with water. Now I know next time I pour a dram for myself to add a drop of water, it's a lot more enjoyable with water, and that's very rare. How many times have we even said that we like something with water, but let alone both of us agreeing that it's more enjoyable? This might be the first time.
This might be. I mean, this. I'm taking this up. I'm taking right over 6 to that 6.1, 6.2 mark. I mean, if you find it for, I say somewhere between 30 and 60, I think it's worth it with water.
I'm going a little higher.
Really?
I'm actually liking it so much with that drop of water that it's just under a 7. It's like a 6.9.
Okay.
I'm liking it a lot with the water. This is interesting to me.
So we gapped it a little bit there.
Let's push it off to the side. And we have another awesome Christmas present. This time it's Mike's Christmas present. Canadian Glencairn glasses, which are going to be our new way of drinking on the rocks.
You can see the maple leaf on the bottom.
But you see now tulips. So we'll find out after a couple of reviews, does that tulip shape help keep some of the aromatics in the whiskey? Let's talk about a little bit more about the whiskey itself again. So the mash bill is really hard to get information on because they keep it as a company secret. They don't disclose exactly what the mash bill is. There are certain websites that claim they know what the mash bill is. So I'm going to say that there's no guarantee on what I'm about to say, but the mash bill supposedly is 70% corn, 16% wheat, 14% barley.
So the corn is where all the sweet comes from.
As well as that wheat too, though. So it's supposed to be like extra sweet with those two. But like I said, it's the same mash bill as Lot B. It's the same mash bill that would eventually become Pappy. But if anyone's ever had a single barrel whiskey before, you'll know quickly that whiskeys vary greatly sometimes from one barrel to the next. So to say it's the poor man's Pappy is a total misnomer. I guarantee you it's not going to taste identical.
Yeah, I'm having troubles with this one. The ice is not doing me any favors. On the nose, it once again kind of eliminates everything.
Yeah.
Leaves almost.
It already had a light nose for me though,
Yeah.
so even neat it did.
This just took it down a little bit more. There's really not much to talk about that, but flavor-wise, now it tastes like a light rye to me. And rye usually doesn't do me very well on my palate.
That's interesting that you say that it reminds you of a rye when there is no rye in this. Basically, a wheated whiskey is when you would more or less swap a rye for wheat in most mash bills, and then it becomes a wheated whiskey. But I do understand what he's talking about. There is this little strange spice note.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint it. I don't know if I would call it a rye, but...
Well, for me it is. Just, I think I'm a little more sensitive than you. But it does come out, and like I said, rye usually doesn't do me very well. I don't enjoy this with ice. I do not.
It kind of mind fucks you on this one.
Okay.
The initial burst, I'm like, oh, it's a little sweet. Oh, never mind. Like it's that quick. Like as I'm saying, oh, it's actually kind of enjoyable. Then it becomes almost like astringent. It's like this weird. Yeah, this is strange because I normally like bourbons on the rocks. This is one that I would have to give a hard pass on. Don't do it on the rocks, even in a Glencairn.
Yeah, I'm dropping down to like a 2.5, 2.6.
So I went even lower than him.
Wow.
I'm going 2.3, 2.3. For me, it's not absolutely disgusting, but it, comparatively speaking, especially following that water, the water actually was pretty enjoyable. Let's see if it changed up a little bit.
I'm doing it just because I still got some of my
So
glass.
just to talk about it quickly before we end the video.
Oh.
Every whiskey can taste different from one cask to the next. So don't run out and pay stupid money on a $30 whiskey just because you think it might be the poor man's Pappy. Even Lot B. Lot B, the retail on Lot B is $70. That one going for $300 to $700 again is absolutely insane. Don't ever pay those type of prices. I'm guaranteeing you're going to be disappointed if you pay those prices on these whiskeys. At retail, they're a decent whiskey to try.
Yeah, I don't know. It smelled a lot like cherry when I took a whiff of it. Flavor-wise, it's the same. Still enjoyable. Didn't change much.
So bottom line is, drink your well of 12 with a drop of whiskey according to our palates.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Well, this is our first review for 2019. Thank you for being a part of this journey. If you're a new viewer of this channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon. That's the only way you will get notified of new videos. We upload at least 2 videos every single week. Mike always hits you with that chopsticks to end the video. That means we're out of here. Cheers.